Hello YouTube, Matthew Williams here, bringing you a small video to tell you that I've had some pretty bad news, and Kassie hasn't got very long to live. She's been diagnosed as having acute kidney failure and liver failure. So vet read me out a list. I just said stop because it's just like, I can't take in what you're saying really. She gave me a list of very, complicated Latin terms, of what the dog had, and this was after having a ultrasound done. So she basically had the fur off her belly sort of shaved off, and they checked her out, and that was the diagnosis. That I said, how long has she got? Are we talking like 2 months? And she went, I said, what, a month? And she was like, and I'm like, what, less than a month? Jesus, and she was quite bad last night. It freaked me out. I sort of made her as comfortable as I could, but I took her down this morning to the vet, and I thought she wasn't going to be coming back, to be honest. I thought that was going to be it. I thought that the vet was going to put her down. But Kassie being Kassie, she's been off colour for the last couple of weeks, but then she has her good days, She sort of perks up, and then she's like, oh yeah, okay, I'll go for a walk. And then she's like sort of really drained then, and bad for a day, and then she's like perk up, maybe another day. And so, it's kind of confusing really. And she's off her food. She wasn't eating her food. And so anyway, I said to the vet, look, she's very stiff and things. And I was there in the vet's yesterday, and my head was just spinning. I mean, I really was fucked in the head, really. And I said to the vet, and I said to her assistant, I said, look, I'm looking at her like this, and I just don't know whether I don't know whether I can go through with this, to be honest. If the vet says it's needed, I'll do it, but I just really don't know. I mean, at this point, I'm kind of like, the dog looks like she's managing, but if the vet says she's in pain, then that's it. I'm going to stop. So I said to the vet, is she in pain? And she said, well, she might be in some discomfort, but I think it's more to do with pressure in the stomach. And I'm like, okay. And she said, why didn't we give her some painkillers? Because, and this is something she wouldn't do before, she didn't give her painkillers because they're bad for the kidneys anyway. So they would possibly, not necessarily, but possibly cause the kidneys to pack up. So I said, yeah, sure, let's do that, because she's finding it hard, she's stiff, so arthritic. So she's given her painkillers, and well, basically she was very good earlier on. She was just like, this is great, I've got painkillers now, I'm feeling a lot better. So but I know that we've got days really. So I was in a really fucked state earlier on. My head, whew. I was basically, I wasn't able to think straight, and it's when you start making mistakes, and I'm like all over the fucking shop at the moment. So I had to take some strong tranquilizers. So they knocked me out and they put me in bed. So yeah, pretty shit at the moment. Not very good. Along with the usual bollocks that goes along with being me. Yeah, just had lots and lots of very interesting things been going on lately. A lot of stuff, which I won't go into here. But there we go. So, if any of you have never met Kassie and you want to meet Kassie, she's still here at the moment. And if you want to come down, and you thought of ever coming down and wanting to meet Kassie, give us a shout if you want to meet up. And I can come and bring her along, because she's okay. She's moving around. She's doing stuff. So if you want to meet Kassie, and you know, come down, and we'll let you be introduced to Kassie for the last time, because she isn't going to be here for very long. So thanks very much for watching, and yeah, it's going to be an interesting couple of days. I probably won't be doing any Circle Makers TV this week or next week, maybe. You know, we'll see what happens. You know, but this is quite a stress, and I don't seem to be taking it that well. Okay, bye.